Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to share with you how I got pulled back in to the world of comic book collecting. Let's get into it. What's up guys, my name is John and welcome to my channel, Old Stuff is Cool. The main topic for my channel, comic books and all things comic book related. That includes action figures, trading cards, video games, kind of whatever has a superhero on it or has to do with the medium of comic books, we'll discuss it on this channel. I've been collecting comic books on and off for over 30 years now, and just this past year, 2024, I got bitten by the bug again. Now, I don't want to make this a prolonged origin story or anything like that, but some major influences that got me into comic books included the X-Men 90s cartoon, Batman animated series, action figures, that X-Men Toy Biz line, the X-Men arcade game. I think you probably see a running, theme here. Oh, and I can't forget the Marvel Series 2 trading cards. Man, I love that series with a passion. For those familiar with all those things I listed off, that firmly puts us in the 90s. For me, I was in middle school at the time. Man, I fell for it hard. And while this hobby has been on and off over the years, things like moving away to college, getting married, having kids, those provided some interruptions or changes in my collecting. But, sure enough, it's always been in the background. I've always loved reading comics. That includes floppies, trade paperbacks, and digital. I read it all. So with that foundation set, I want to share with you what brought me back into the comic book world in 2024. And that, my friends, is Ultimate Spider-Man #1 by Jonathan Hickman. Now, I can't pinpoint exactly where I came across the book, but all I know is I kept hearing good things about it. What I didn't expect was hunting that book down at my local comic store would eventually lead me to opening back up a pull list. So shout out to Kamikaze in Somerville, Massachusetts. That's my local comic book store. And wouldn't you know it, after adding Ultimate Spider-Man, I slowly added more and more titles. In particular, that newly relaunched Ultimate line was such a great jumping on point. I think it was really good for people in general because you didn't necessarily need the backstory, although I think knowing some of the characters and how they're doing different twists and turns on them, it does add to the enjoyment. But the biggest thing for me was this version of Peter Parker was a dad. He was a husband, someone very, very similar to my current stage of life. Well, I don't want to spoil too much of the story, so the first trade paperback is out, so be sure to check that out. So moving forward a bit, we're on a family vacation in Portland, Maine, a favorite location for me and my family, and I come across Casablanca Comics. They had a copy of Ultimate X-Men #1, first print that I was trying to track down. Got the last copy, and then something caught my eye, the back issue bins. And I've never been much of a back issue guy other than trying to complete little runs here and there or whatever I'm currently reading. But Casablanca was in the middle of processing this huge collection that came in, so the comics just piled up and I couldn't help but start digging through some of the ones that were in the boxes. And what I had in the back of my mind was, oh, these are kind of fun little souvenirs. It was something I'll associate with this trip. And I stumbled across this guy right here, Wolverine #17. This is from Volume 2, the first ongoing series for Wolverine. I don't know if that's better. You're very much on board for the figuring out process, as this is a new channel. But yeah, Wolverine #17. Now, I know this cover more so from the ads for the old NES game for Wolverine. They use the same art. This is Jim Lee, one of my favorite artists, a comic book artist. X-Men #1 was one of my very first Marvel comics. We'll tackle that one on a different day. This caught my eye. It was a decent price. It was like $6 or something like that, which that was very, very reasonable. I got this along with something I forgot to pull out, Uncanny X-Men #350, featuring Gambit and Joe Madureira on pencils. Needless to say, I was a happy camper, and getting the Wolverine book, getting my X-Men books, those purchases that day pretty much cemented my current crazy spiral obsession with both comics, new and old. Going forward, I'd love to talk to you about things that I'm collecting, current runs I'm trying to fill. I have this ongoing battle with what's on my pull list versus what I should wait for trade paperbacks to read versus what I should read digitally. I'd love to process that on this channel with you guys. And most importantly, I'd love to establish some community, to hear back from other comic collectors, other comic readers. That's kind of like the goals, I guess, for this channel. But a lot of it is figuring it out along the way. So in the future, I'll probably have to come up with some sort of, quirky saying or sign off. But for now, thank you again. Thanks for watching this video and hope to catch you in the next one. Take care.